All right, well, my next guest is Tommy Pistana. He's a top producing agent with Coldwell Banker, in the top 1%, in fact. Tommy, thank you so much for being back on the program today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, Tommy, I want to talk business with you, but first I want to talk to you about something that you accomplished and completed this last weekend. Tell me a little bit about what you went through with the Ironman competition.
Well, I was down in Galveston, and I completed a Ironman 70.3 triathlon. It's a little addiction I have to endurance sports, you know, in this crazy real estate business. It's the only time I like to say I'm away from my cell phone and my emails. So it was a 1.2-mile swim, a 56-mile bike ride, and a 13.1-mile run. So fortunately, I'm here, and I made it, and I'm still walking.
I was going to say, you're upright, so I think you're already ahead of the game. Well, congratulations. That's quite an accomplishment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, unfortunately or fortunately, we do have to talk a little business today, Tommy. And since you are in the top 1%, you are an expert in your field, you are the perfect person to ask here. I want to get your opinion on what are the top 3 major home selling mistakes that people are making right now.
Well, you know, the number one for sure, what I see is everyone's kind of in a panic to get their homes on the market. The minute a family decides to list their home, they want it on the market the next day. But what they need to be doing is taking their time, doing the necessary prep work, you know, whether that's getting some mulch in the front yard, landscaping, doing some touch-up paint, taking care of some minor repairs. In the end, all of that stuff is going to get you more money at the closing table. So that's something I definitely see happening now in this type of market.
Sure. So obviously putting the effort in up front, getting a home ready to sell will really maximize your profits. But what are some of the other common mistakes that you're seeing?
Well, number 2, it's simple. It's easy. Working with an experienced professional in your area. You know, I like to call it, there's a lot of things that they don't show you on HGTV that happen in the back end of a real estate transaction, from negotiations to marketing, appraisals, just everything that goes along with it. And if everything goes correctly, you know, you can maybe get through it on your own. But having an experienced licensed agent that knows the area, knows the sales, knows the comparables, in the end, it's going to bring a ton of value, take a lot of stress off you and your family, and really make it a valuable experience.
Well, you've covered 2 major listing mistakes that you see happening so often by sellers, but I hear that you like to save the best for last. So what is your number 1 top mistake?
Well, number 1 is easy, and I see it a lot. You know, we're in a seller's market in the Dallas-Fort Worth and a lot of the country. And what I see a lot is sellers are wanting to overprice their home. They want to price it outside of the market. You know, what sellers need to do is take advantage of this market. Let's price it right, create some leverage, get a couple offers, and push that price up the right way. Because one thing sellers don't understand is, you know, we hold all the leverage up until we sign and execute that offer. Then it goes to the buyer. So eliminating as much of that leverage that the buyer has with that contract is critical, because once we do get under contract, we're about 5% done. We still have an inspection. We have to negotiate repairs. We have an appraisal that has to come in. So by pricing it correctly, creating a ton of leverage on the seller side and possibly pushing up that price instead of starting way, way high and just kind of crossing your fingers and saying, oh, I hope I get that offer. Sure. It makes a huge difference in the overall transaction.
Sure, and then you avoid potentially having to decrease your asking price, which already puts you in a world of trouble to begin with. But I do want to talk about a property that is priced right. Now, this is a new build, a totally rebuilt custom colonial that you have a listing for?
Yes, I am super excited about this one. We actually hit the market this morning. It's located very, very close to downtown Dallas in a nice little area called Vickery Place. It's 5218 Vickery Boulevard, just over 4,200 square feet, listed at $995,000. This one is beautiful. It's within walking distance of Dallas's restaurants, nightlife, entertainment, shopping. So make sure you check out our website for more details if you're interested at the Pistana Group. But it's going to be a good one.
It absolutely is. Gorgeous property. Tommy, thank you so much for being back on the program today.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. And of course, you can reach out to us online, follow us along on social media. We always love to hear from you, AmericanDreamNetwork.tv, and we will be right back with more of the show.